Hello everyone, this is Grim with M Squared Mods, and I'm going to be taking this MTC single zone bezel apart for a customer. I'm going to be doing a single zone ATC mod using dual zone and a single zone bezel. I've got another customer that's asking how to get this apart because he's got a Scosche bezel that he's going to put a double DIN radio in, so I figured I'd just go ahead and do this little video. So this might help a few folks out. Anyway, get yourself something you won't scratch up your faceplate, and you've got a ESD set up, or ESD mat from Staples or somewhere else, and a ground strap, and find a ground point to use to help keep static off. Probably a good idea. We'll take these torque screws out of the back on the faceplate. Flip that over. I'm going to pop this little clip on the back here. That'll take this rear cover off. May have to do both sides. Good place to keep your parts here. And here's your board. Now the catch with this board is trying to separate get a trim tool, one of these plastic panel trim tools. I like this one. This seems to work the best. And you're going to have to get in here between the actual sensor on here, or the switch for the knob, and this little spot right in between the clips that are on the knob itself, and you have to get in there and give it like a twist sideways like this, and try to pull the knobs out while you're putting a twist on it. And just so you have an example, here's a board that I've taken out of another one, a spare one I've got, and wish I could get better light in here, but you can see the clips right around here. You can see the rotary switch base here. If you can see that little metal, let me see if I can get that close enough, that silver base, metal plate over it between the plate and the knob is where you want to get the screwdriver, or I wouldn't say screwdriver, use a plastic tool, this trim tool, and twist and pull at the same time and pop it off. There's a good view of that right there. But the hardest one is when you're on the side here. You've got to get in between the bezel enough right in this point and twist while pulling this large knob off. So we'll see how many times that takes me to do it on this one. And sometimes you got to give a little bit of rotation while you're doing it. But in any case, I'm going to go in here and get started on this volume knob. It almost wanted to come. Sometimes there's different spots you can grab on this and pop it loose. And you can see it wants to go back a lot. I got that one out rather forcefully. Alright, so that one's out. Flip over and do the other side. And honestly, I find it's better if you can hold on to one side of the knob while you're trying to do this. There we go. And then that one just lifted out. And now is the more difficult one. This center knob here, you got to just try to get in here. Get a good look at it and make sure you're on the right spot. Actually, I can't remember. One of these comes out all the way without taking everything apart, but I don't think it's this one. It's been a few weeks since I've done this. Oh yeah, there we go. So, to make this a little easier, once you get the two knobs out, you can push down on the center piece and the board will come out and you can set the bezel aside. So these two knobs definitely have to come out and the rest can be pushed out the back. And once you've got that open, now you've got a little bit more clearance. See if I can get a little more light over here. To get down in here between the knob and the center. I can hear it pop. There we go. Kind of get a feel for it after a couple of times. And then that comes out. And for those of you who are swapping the control board over to a Scosche Double DIN bezel, that's the piece you take out right there, and then you can transfer it in like that, and then you can put your knobs in. Key with that, just for everyone's knowledge, is to put the outer ring in first, and there are guides on the inner ring here that have to line up with guides inside so that it sits flush. And it's better that you line that up the first time than trying to have to go through and get all this back apart. So that's the disassembly for now, and this will just pop off. And that's how you get the bezel apart. Hope that helps everyone, and I'll do a reassembly when I get to that point.